Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Boutiquey Swedish Whiskey Girl, and we're here with day 9 of the Boutiquey, well, of my whiskey calendar. But I do have my Boutiquey whiskey calendar with me, and we're going to open the next one. Yesterday's dram was the 20-year-old Dahluen, which was, a nice dram. It goes for £160, I think, which is a little bit too much for my whiskey wallet, unfortunately. Yeah, especially right now in these times when I'm furloughed, but maybe one day that'll be something I could buy. I don't actually think if that whiskey was something that my palate appreciates enough to pay that price, but maybe yours is. I know a lot of people love Dahluen because of its kind of thicker texture almost, a little bit oilier character, and that it's not so easy to get a hold of, especially independent bottlings. But let me know your thoughts on Dahluen. But today we're trying another whiskey. We're trying it blind again, so let's see if we can find number 9. Here. Let's see if I can open this. Maybe it's getting better now, finally. I'm gonna open this dram and pour it. See if we can get the water out. And then we'll have a look in a second to see what it is. Here we go. Start by having a look on the nose. Ooh. This is something I recognize. Some sort of candy. It's quite gritty, I would say, up front. Not really gritty smoky, but just gritty earth. Earth, sweetness. There's a bit of that fairy tale swamp again. There's like vanilla cookies in there. But there's, I don't know. It's a bit like a swamp monster that's dressed up in a fairy costume. The nose is nice. There's just something gritty about it that I'm struggling to pinpoint. It's like opening a candy bag, but I can't remember what kind of candy it is. And there's something that reminds me of opening a milk carton as well. Let's have a little sip, Sláinte. This is a slightly weird one, but I do recognize it. So I wonder if it's going to be one of those that I always struggle, or not always, but especially these last few months, because I think I just have a little bit too much to do. My brain goes a bit foggy. So anytime someone's like, think of this, and I'm like, or if someone throws me a challenge, like, here's 2 clues, guess which distillery it is, my mind just goes completely blank. And often just goes Glenfiddich, because that's the only one I can think of, which is crazy, because I would like to think that I know a fair amount of whiskey distilleries, especially in Scotland, but what could this be? A slightly metallic on the palate, that kind of grit, a green grit, a little bit earthy, that metallic note, but still fruity. Maybe something like a licorice grassiness in a way. But the fruit is weird, because the fruitiness is quite fresh and quite like pears and pineapples, but then the grit really messes with my mind. The nose is going, like, I think the first thing you get on the nose is that grit, but when your nose gets used to it, you just get this kind of floral fruitiness. It's just juicy and inviting. Because I can barely get the grit on the nose now. But I think it might be because it's lingering to my palate. It's something Christmassy. Is it a cookie or something? A cake? Clove spice definitely in there. Slightly bitter on the finish is like this kind of memory of the fruitiness, but then this kind of grit with earthy, grassy, licorice, cloves. I want to find out what this is now. It's a Strathmill 21 years old. It is the batch 6 and it's at 47.7% ABV. Interesting. I don't know much about Strathmill. I would have never guessed that, but weird. It's almost like now, it almost feels like I've licked a pot still. It's this kind of metallic note that's lingering. I mean, the nose is just getting nicer and nicer. And the palate is intriguing, but a bit weird. I think if you enjoy a whiskey that tastes like a still, you'd probably like this one. Maybe a bit of kind of a dark chocolate or cocoa nibs bitterness on the finish as well. Interesting. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you tried any Strathmills that you like? Are you sipping along with another wintry whiskey perhaps? Please let me know in the comments below. And of course, I'm quite excited to have some of my Patreons wish for some upcoming Patreon picks whiskey reviews. So I can't wait to see what they're going to pick. And of course, if you're curious about my Patreon, I'll put that link in the description below as well, if you want to check out the things that I've recently added to the tiers. But yes, I hope for now that you're enjoying your December. I know I am. I like this time of year and it's getting colder, which I absolutely love, even though our flat is freezing. And I'm sitting here on the floor next to my Christmas tree. But yes, I hope you'll have a lovely day. Sláinte Skål.